Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the We All Juggle Knives channel. I got a delicious salad that I made there for you. This video is going to be health and fitness related and also prepping related because it makes no sense to only prepare for a gunfight against violent criminals if you're in danger of something like a heart attack, for example. Unfortunately, there is a big YouTuber that I watch. Their channel is bigger than mine. This is a full-time YouTuber, and they have suffered a heart attack. So one reason I am making this video is to try to make sure that that does not happen to you, trying to keep my subscribers healthy and happy. Alright, so in this video I'm going to do some responses to different things I've seen around YouTube on this topic. Okay, for copyright reasons, I'm not going to play the video. This is just a still from the video that I'm referencing. I will include a link if you want to watch the video. You know, when I was just a young guy, I started playing Magic the Gathering, and I still actually watch a lot of channels, and unfortunately, this is one of the biggest channels, Strictly Better Magic the Gathering. He has more subscribers than me, as you can see. This is a full-time YouTuber, so I was just wandering around, you know, looking for some card game content in my downtime, and I recently saw that he made a video about his recent heart attack. In the video, he does cite the reasons. One reason was that it runs in his family. Okay. Another reason was basically fast food addiction. He was 400 pounds at one point, and he did cite that he was eating fast food every day for a month at one point, right? He's not doing that anymore, but a lot of the damage was done. All right, so I advise you to watch the video. It'll definitely be a reality check for people who are headed down that same route, right? And I want to wish him a very full and speedy and healthy recovery. All right, next piece of business. This is a success story. This is one of my subscribers who followed my advice about checking out the book, The Obesity Code, and engaging in intermittent fasting and giving up the junk food. He started at 300 pounds, and he has lost 70 pounds so far. Now, you may remember I recommended to people that they post accountability pictures to keep on track. Well, he has posted this on his Twitter, and I am sharing it with his permission, of course. Look how much fat he has lost from his face. He used to have bloating and swelling and many chins, and now he looks far, far healthier, and he's feeling great. You know, he told me that I was one of his biggest inspirations. Well, I mean, you're the one who did the work, man. It's all you. You did that work, right? You worked out. You made the sacrifices. You know, maybe I pointed you in the right direction with that book and keywords like intermittent fasting, and you know, you probably saw me. I'm an old guy. You probably saw, hey, if that old guy can do it, then I can do it too. Well, you're correct. You can. So all you people, you know, you want to lose weight, stick with my channel, right? We have a culture of life on my channel. You know, this guy chose to unplug from the culture of death, the matrix of death that wants to profit from your unhealth, right? Do you think he's a couch potato? Hell no, you don't lose 70 pounds by not being active, right? Do you think he eats fast food and McDonald's and pizzas and ice cream? No, I bet he eats vegetables, right? Do you think he sits around making excuses? No. He decided to be a man of action, and he got the results. All right, next thing. I saw this video recently by Cutlery Lover, a very popular and influential figure in the gear community. He has announced that he is going to do some serious weight loss in this new year. And he cited medical reasons for this. He said to fix the prediabetes and the high blood pressure. Well, it's definitely good he's addressing this. Now, he said he started at 350 pounds, and his current goal is to get below 300. I feel that's very doable because when you start at a high number, it's easier to lose that weight than it is to lose the last 10 pounds. From his previous content, we know that he knows how to lose weight because he has done so in the past. But in this video, he explains that this time he has to maintain what he loses. That's very interesting to me as someone who used to weigh 85 pounds more than I currently do, and I've been maintaining the loss for several years. It's very interesting the techniques that people use, so I will definitely continue watching that content for sure. Now, as far as the pre-diabetes, I used to suffer from that too. I no longer do. It is good he is addressing this because I have older family members that suffer from diabetes, and one of them had to have surgery on her eye to postpone blindness. So it is nothing to mess with. As far as high blood pressure, my neighbor suffered from that, and it eventually caused him to have a stroke, and he now walks with a walker. So it is excellent that Jeff is addressing these issues while he is still very young. He's a young guy, has his whole life ahead of him. This year, you are going to see more and more big YouTubers get into the health and fitness and weight loss trend. It is inevitable because the truth is, the health of America is so poor, it almost can't get any worse. If it does, we're just going to start seeing more and more deaths. So simply in self-defense, you're going to see that self-defense against a very sick society that certainly wants to profit off of your pains and misery. All right, next thing, trigger warning. This is disturbing. I am not going to play the video for copyright reasons, and I am using the still for purpose of valid critique and criticism. In this video, you see famous YouTuber Amberlynn Reid, who makes thousands and thousands of dollars every month on YouTube. She tells you how to gain weight on Weight Watchers. If you've ever been curious how to gain weight on your diet, you see she has the ramen noodles there, and basically she eats tons and tons of simple carbs. Content like this is part of the culture of death. You need to defend yourself against stuff like this, and for God's sake, defend your impressionable young people who see this type of dysfunctional behavior glamorized. Later in the video, she does do a weigh-in. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but basically she weighs a little bit more than 495 pounds, so almost 500 pounds. In the comments section, I did weigh in, no pun intended, and I said eat like her, train like her, look like her. And I listed the things that she had shown herself eating in the video. I want to thank the 580 people that agreed with me. If she is happy and wants to be 500 pounds, then by all means, she should do so. However, I will say that that lifestyle is unsustainable, and my fear is simply that she will pass away, that she will die. And only 2 days later, she posted a video saying that she ate 5,000 calories in one day. And you see the fast food there in her thumbnail. What can we learn from this? Well, first of all, simple carbs and fast food will definitely destroy your health, but that's something you already knew. Now, as far as Amber, I do hold a degree in psychology, and in my educated opinion, she most likely suffers from binge eating disorder, substance abuse disorder regarding the food. She has made reference to a mood disorder. I believe she also suffers from attention deficit disorder, just my opinion. And many have brought up that she probably has a personality disorder as well. So can a person with 5 or 6 severe psychiatric conditions, can they reverse course and change their health? In my opinion, she's too far gone, and the only thing that can save her would be inpatient rehab. It's kind of like with drugs. When a person is so far gone, there are some people, if they don't get to rehab, they're going to die because they've tried to do it by themselves 50 times and failed 50 times. So I hope she seeks out the help that she does need. Okay, next content, I'm reacting to a very disturbing story by E! News. And again, I am using this still picture for purposes of valid critique and criticism. No copyright intended. You can watch the whole video on their channel. So it's been brought to my attention that reality TV show Jennings the star of the I Am Jazz TLC show, has recently gained 100 pounds in a very short period of time. As you can see, the before picture was taken about 2 years before the second picture. It appears that she suffers from binge eating disorder. In my opinion, I did see some footage which appeared to show a binge. So as you can see there, she is eating the large sandwich, lots of bread, simple carbs, and when I used to binge, that reminds me exactly of the turkey and pesto sandwich that I used to binge on. The binge progresses with drinking chocolate milk directly out of the container, a huge amount of sugar in that chocolate milk. It progresses further with that is a pretzel, and she had the whole container of pretzels, and then on her lap you see just large container of chocolate dip for those pretzels. So it is because of footage like that that I do feel she suffers from binge eating disorder, which is a serious psychological condition. Now, do you see yourself in that behavior? Some of you, do you suffer from binge eating disorder? If so, do not deny it. You have to address that, definitely. Now, please remember, having a psychological disorder is never an excuse to destroy yourself or to harm yourself or others. I mean, if you think about it, pretty much every serial killer probably had psychological disorders, but does that make it okay for them to murder people? Now, just because you're hurting yourself and not others, that doesn't make it any more okay. And if you do pass away, it will be your spouse, your children, your parents who are also hurt. And the last thing I will react to, man, look at this fat-ass gear reviewer. I hate this guy. This guy, he claims to know Filipino martial arts and all this shit, but look at him. He's totally out of shape. All right, that was actually me years ago. And this is how I look right now. Again, this is how I used to look when I suffered from pre-diabetes, arthritis. This is how I look now. That's my LIVEBEST calisthenics pull-up station that I reviewed. This is how I used to look. I'm surprised that they had a suit that fit me for that wedding. This is how I look now. And again, this is how I used to look. Note the face, note the bloating. That is a sign of congestive heart failure. And this is how I look now. Stop with the sugar. Stop with the simple carbs. That's how I look now. Again, this is how I used to look. Had so many health conditions I lost count. And this is how I look now from a thumbnail from one of my multi-tool reviews. This is how I used to look when I had fatty liver disease. And this is how I look now. This is how I used to look when I was about 260 pounds or more. And in this picture, I am about 175 pounds and far stronger than when I was heavier. So, why should you listen to me? Well, maybe you shouldn't. I mean, maybe you should just decline more. You should get fatter and fatter and fatter and more depressed until your quality of life is horrible, and then eventually you will die. I mean, maybe does that sound like a good plan? I'll buy you your next 2 pizzas for $5 and we can just hasten this. All right, but for the people who do choose life, as far as lifestyle choices I have made, I no longer engage in binge eating. I am completely clean and sober from it. I have purged it from my behaviors for life, just banned it entirely. No binge eating. I have also banned fast food from my diet. I never get fast food. I never go to a drive-thru. I never have it delivered. If I want a burger or something like that, I literally have to go to the farmer's market and buy the beef and make it myself. So lifestyle changes such as that. I also avoid simple carbs like pasta, rice, French fries, cereal. I avoid desserts and baked goods, and I avoid sugar. I don't drink soda. And my first meal of every day consists of complex carbs, so low-calorie, high-fiber vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, cucumber salads. The exercises I do are running, weightlifting, and military style training such as pull-ups, running, and push-ups. So calisthenics. I never eat simple carbs unless my weight is getting too low. So I only will eat a little simple carbs if I need to bulk up, right? And I engage in intermittent fasting and fasted exercise, low sugar, low carb, adequate protein and fat. People ask, like, when can I eat the good stuff? You know, when can I eat something savory, something fatty? Look, you can eat the good stuff when you burn it. When you burn the calories, you can eat them. All right, here's some steak and eggs. When can you eat this? Well, when you've developed your muscles enough that those calories are going to go to your muscles, and when you're active enough that the calories will go to your metabolism. There's a steak for you, searing it in the pan before I cook it through. You know, people say, oh, I don't want to just eat kale. Well, I don't just eat kale. I don't only eat rabbit food. But if you're obese, you don't need this. If you're not a weightlifter, you don't need that much protein. You need this. Like if you're overweight, yeah, you got to eat some rabbit food like this because it's the only food that's going to have enough bulk to fill up your big stomach and satisfy you, right? But doesn't have a lot of calories. So in the beginning, yeah, you are going to have, I think it tastes good. Look, if vegetables don't taste good to you, it's because you're not in a big enough deficit. Because believe me, when you're truly hungry and you're in a decisive deficit, those vegetables taste good. Okay, so you're just half-assing it. All right, well, I hope you all stay happy and healthy in this new year, right? Don't give up. Don't give in to this culture of death. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.